We're taking a look at more screenshots that Rockstar posted on the website to spot more details that locations and vehicles have. To start with, we have this lovely screenshot of a plane flying over the Vice City sign, and you can notice that compared to the Vinewood sign in GTA 5, this one looks a lot more realistic because it's exposed to the elements in nature, so you have some rust, some dust on them, and the sign doesn't look squeaky clean like it does in GTA 5. And if we zoom in on the plane, we can notice this is an updated version of the Shamal, and it has a lot more details to it. You can see that now it has the anti-collision red lights under it, which was not a thing in GTA 5. You can also spot several other details planes are supposed to have, like antennas, more details under the wings, and also the control surfaces look a lot more realistic this time. Then we have this point of view from the balcony of a hotel, a swimming pool below with a lot of lights and details, and you can see the insane density of the vegetation here, a lot of palm trees, and the unbelievable draw distance rendering the objects on the beach as well as a boat on the water on the horizon. Here you have NPCs playing basketball on the left court, some guys on a shootout with police on the right, a lot of vegetation in the middle of the city, and the insane draw distance once again. The clouds on the horizon seem to be forming a storm, and a lot of details on the buildings. There seems to be a mix of buildings with parallax and also interiors. Then we have this screenshot of two gangsters. Again, a lot of detail on their accessories and clothes. On the beach, you can see several body types and physiques. The lifeguard is looking out for trouble with his binos. Details on the NPC's skins, like sunburns as well as sand on this girl's booty. On this shot, you can see some girls messing with police officers. We can tell police officers will react differently depending on what we do, instead of just blasting us for the pettiest things like in GTA 5, as well as condensation on the surface of this car, which looks insane. Here we have a part of Vice City at night looking really gorgeous. Buildings seem to have parallax, and some of them could also be interiors, and we can also see Vice City Port in the distance. Little Haiti looking really cool and more filled than ever compared to GTA Vice City. You can spot a guy sitting with his dog, a new buggy, some guys doing wheelies in their bikes, graffiti on the pillars of the bridge, as well as textures under the bridge having that worn out look. And the blue car has a Gloriana license plate as well. Gloriana seems to be the parody version of Georgia in GTA 6. Another shot of the keys, which look to be the opposite side of what we saw in trailer 1, since we can see Vice City in the distance. Again, the vegetation density is insane, and the variety and tone of the water indicates a lot of depth changes as well as navigation markers all over the surface. A rural area packed with NPCs, some billboards, an old lady with several objects in the basket of her scooter, and an iguana crossing the road. You can also see the poles and the cables have a lot of detail to them. A shot of a bar with NPCs chilling outside, an old couple making out, a guy passed out with booze on the table, and again you can see the texture quality of the vegetation is amazing. Then we get one of the best screenshots in my opinion, with amazing details to marine life. The upgrade to the seabed as well as the fish makes me feel like I'm watching something pre-rendered. It's like watching real-time Nemo happening. We swim to the surface and we're met with a massive boat gathering and a massive party with NPCs doing all kinds of things. I don't know if this is something Rockstar set up for the trailer, but if this is an event that randomly happens in the game world, it's gonna be insane. I'm happy to see a lot more attention to boat activities this time around, and hopefully in online we'll be able to organize boat meets. Then we get to see the most stereotypical hillbillies ever. Once again, body type differences are very pronounced. They just got a gator, and this time definitely in the Grass Rivers region, which we'll see in this next shot right here. There's a town, and the difference in tone of the water a lot dirtier. There's a big restaurant or bar packed with NPCs, just like you'd expect to see in real life venues. In other GTA games and even different titles, you usually see only 3 or 4 NPCs outside these places. Then we see a boat under siege by 3 alligators with a guy trying to shoot them, and then I assume the same guys who might be poachers pulling a trailer with a bunch of dead gators being chased by police. This probably hints at the possibility that we can hunt alligators and crocodiles illegally and sell them. If you don't know, their skin has a lot of uses. You can make clothing, bags, and other accessories with them, and it might be a potential business both in the story mode and online. We get our first look at Port Gellhorn, and it starts right away with a motel. The motel definitely has an interior, and I assume we'll be able to crash here if needed. The NPC is taking a picture of the cat, and on the left we see the same pool that was present in the leaks, and the guy by the poolside happened to mention Jay Norris. We have this goth looking woman selling this guy some funny pills, lots of details on both NPCs and also the car interior. These guys appear to be the local gangsters. They look Latin American and remind me of the Aztecas in GTA 5. They have some fun herbs growing right there in the back, another hint at a possible business since we already have it in GTA Online. Then we see another strip club, a lot smaller than the Jack of Hearts in Vice City since it's out here in this town, but it's good to see that it has multiple strip clubs since the last time we had was in GTA 4 and prior to that in GTA San Andreas. On the bottom right corner, we can also see an NPC pushing a shopping cart with some objects in them. We have some NPCs gathered at night. It's nice to see they actually do things together in this game. They're chilling around a campfire with some drinks in a cooler, some cans scattered on the ground, this couple of big fellas flirting. It's interesting to see the animation of this guy leaned against a car, which again has a lot of details, and a couple more NPCs chilling in the back of another car on the left. We move on to Ambrosia, and there's a shot of several bikers cruising on the street. Very high customization options on their bikes, the flags and banners on the buildings waving realistically to the wind, a gas station with a big colorful billboard, a used car dealership, and a mountain off in the distance, so I assume this shot is facing straight to the north of the map. We'll get to that again shortly. We get to see the town at night in all its glory. There seems to be a river or lake beside it. It's quite the big town, and we see some industrial buildings, and the atmosphere has some smoke, dust, and the gorgeous volumetric clouds lit by the moonlight. Maybe it's just the angle this shot was taken, but it appears to be quite far from Vice City. We see Johnny and Ashley's spiritual successors, and we can tell they had a whole lot of burgers. You can see the insane level of detail and how the individual pores of their skin. We also have the revolver on her hand with extreme details, and I cannot wait to try this weapon out. We have a shot of another part of Ambrosia out in the fields. Insane upgrade of the vegetation. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's so good that if you showed me this before Rockstar released it as a GTA 6 screenshot, I would never think this was GTA 6. It looks like something you'd expect from a hunting simulator or a survival game. Anyways, the flames burning in that field look awesome, and there's a plane flying over. I would really love it if we got missions to put out fires with planes and also crop dusting. Rockstar needs to bring these legit pilot jobs, because all we do in GTA Online is smuggle. Another shot that we get to see the interior of a car. No need to say much, but the girls really look different from one another, once again showcasing the far higher variety in the NPCs. The foam on the windshield looks insanely good, and I already have a reason to actually bother to wash my cars. Don't you? We have a news helicopter flying next to a mountain here. It's nice to see a news helicopter return, because the last time we had this was in GTA San Andreas. When you got to like a 4-star wanted level, a smaller version of the Maverick would spawn in and fly around you as if it was broadcasting the fight against the police. What's interesting here is that in GTA 6, the news helicopter could be a dangerous thing to us as players, since we might be attempting to escape, but if they have their eyes on us, it will definitely give our position to the police, making our attempts to escape more difficult. By the way, the previous shot was in Mount Caliga National Park already, but here we see that off-roading there should be extremely fun. This time the mud actually sticks to the NPC and the player, much like in Red Dead 2. And the raccoon is also dirty with mud, and we have more off-road bikes. Next, we see hunters out in the wilderness after killing a deer. more insane details in the vegetation, and you can spot a squirrel climbing the tree, so a new animal to the series. And this really is way up in the north, as we'll see from this next shot, which is one of the most beautiful and impressive screenshots. You can take this thing, frame it, and then hang it on the wall from how gorgeous it looks. People might even think it's a real life location. Anyways, we see a truck carrying large drainage pipes, bikers being chased by police, and a cougar on the right. What's interesting is that in real life, Florida doesn't have any location with mountains and plateaus like this, and we get our answers from Rockstar's description of this location, which states a national landmark up against the state's northern border. This is huge because if it's a border, then it means there's landmass extending beyond. So GTA 6's map might not even be an island after all. If this is the case, it will mark the first time a GTA game has a landmass limit since GTA 3. To be clear, I don't think we'll get the entirety of the state of Georgia, but rather a portion of it, much like Las Venturas and its outskirts are a part of Nevada in real life, yet they still made it into GTA San Andreas, which was supposed to be mostly the GTA version of California. I think a potential map expansion is huge with this. The feeling of truly having something extending beyond the limits of our playable area will contribute a lot to immersion, because it won't feel like this isolated corner in the world. You will actually feel like there's something beyond. There's a whole world out there, and this makes me genuinely excited. Then we get to see another shot of the wilderness with a cougar prowling, ready to pounce on the deer, and you can notice the wet fur it has. This wasn't a thing in GTA 5 to my knowledge. And then there's someone in a kayak on this river. Gorgeous place. Naturally, we have our usual freight train passing on the bridge. And this is the end of the screenshots I have to show really. Other YouTubers have shown more in bulk. I focused more on the locations themselves. I hope you enjoyed looking at these with me. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, please, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.